So today, I don't have a long time with you, but I hope it's a powerful time, okay? Let's talk about perception here for a minute to start off my topic. Perception is an interesting thing. How you perceive yourselves might be very, very different to how you're perceived by others. Okay, for anyone who has a business or a presence on social media, this is one particular example which is very powerful. I would be very surprised if there's people in here who are putting themselves out in the social media world who didn't sometimes feel sad, lost, or alone when they're posting photos. Now, I want you to have a think about what you're posting and if people are perceiving it in the way that maybe you're genuinely feeling. So, when we're scrolling through Instagram, whether it's our own posts or someone else's, it's very easy that there's sunsets, sunrises, bodies looking good in perfect lighting, recipes that look restaurant quality, and quotes that are very empowering and motivating. Now, I'm one of those people. I, for so long, kept up an online presence that was about, the best light, the best days, the best meals, the best moods, okay? But what was happening, the reality, the truth is that when I would arrive home from travel for a work gig, I would get into the car when my partner had picked me up from the airport, and I wouldn't even be able to talk. I would just start bawling from exhaustion. Because even though last night's cooking event was a success, I was so exhausted. And the mere thought of being home, back with my dog and my partner, was so emotionally unraveling that I couldn't talk. I just had tears. Just tears down my face. There's times where I've been almost moments from being live on Studio 10 where in my mind, I'm screaming. I'm screaming because I've just been so stressed and I've put myself under so much pressure that in my head, I'm having a conversation about walking, then and there, walking off. Like literally a camera rolling and saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. Why? Because I was putting so much pressure on myself. And I was putting out there that I was okay, that I was happy, that sunsets was something I enjoyed every night of the week, that every meal was Instagrammable, right? And that I was always that up, happy guy. Because after you get told you're a happy up guy for so long, you end up feeling like you need to keep it up. You feel like you need to keep everyone happy. Yeah, I am that guy. I'm happy. I'm going to lift your mood. But what was happening was I wasn't filling up my own cup, and I couldn't help anyone else. So late last year, that was it. That was it for me. It was a complete breakdown of an ability to move forward happily. So my business practices, what I was doing in the event space, what I was doing in the food space, was coming from a place of utter stress, completely disconnected emotionally and energetically, and it came at a cost of everything. My relationship was struggling because I wasn't present when I was home. All I wanted to do was sleep. All right, I just wanted to sleep. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to watch anything. I just wanted to sleep. When it came to gigs, I was itching to get out. I'd turn up, try and be as polite as possible. Cool, where do I have to cook? What do I have to do? And I would be watching that clock thinking, fuck, is this ever going to end? I just want to go. And then there's moments where you've got people coming up to you in airports or at events or gigs or cooking classes who genuinely are coming from the most beautiful place. And they're asking about their health, their wellness. They love your books. They love what you do. And you're screaming inside because you're just not in the right place. So I had to take my own advice. And it's funny because I dished it out for so long. I wasn't taking it myself. I felt like a fraud. I felt like a hypocrite. I would post something positive on Instagram when I was probably a complete anxious, depressed wreck. Okay, and I thought, you know what? Things are going to be different. I'm going to swap things around. So the first thing I started doing was being upfront when things weren't quite right. So I started to post on Instagram what was actually going on. And wow, was that interesting. It really showed how people needed to realize they're not alone. And you guys aren't alone. So what I'm saying here today briefly is that there will be times in your business, in your life, in your personal or professional life, where you're struggling, where things are hard, where it is really, really difficult. But you are never, never alone. So what was my own advice that I quickly had to take, that I had to put into action and implement? It was my way to feeling again. What's you might be wondering. Well, is my 3 M's, all right? Stands for the meals, the mindset, and the moves. And you cannot have one or two of them without all of them as a complete package if you truly want to be well, okay? So what do I mean by meals? Meals is celebrating the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet and avoiding any of those that may cause you harm or inflammation. It could be different, and it will be different for each and every single person in this room. Mine's a paleo-ketogenic approach. There might be a vegan in here, vegetarians. It doesn't matter, all right? We've got to remove the judgment and the labels of what we are and what we celebrate and do the meals that work for you. Moving on, I'm going to skip the middle one for a minute because it's very important. So we've got the meals, we've got the mindset, we'll come back to that, and then the moves. Moving your body in a way that you enjoy, okay? For me, it is going to the gym. For some people, it's yoga. For other people, it's walking their dog. For someone else, it might be kicking the footy in the park with their kids. It doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be strenuous. It just has to be something you enjoy, because if you enjoy it, you're more likely to stick to it. And if you stick to it, you're going to get better results, okay? So eating nutrient-dense meals, moving your body in a way that you enjoy, and most of all, working on a healthy mindset. I can't stress this enough, having got to that point of complete burnout, because you can eat the best food in the world and you can train yourself silly, but you still won't be well if you don't look in the mirror and love who you are and back yourself. Okay, there's something, it's not my quote, but and I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but it's be your biggest cheerleader, not your worst critic. You need to look in the mirror and be your biggest cheerleader and not your worst critic. You need to back yourself and believe in yourself. And when you find the synergy between the meals that work for you, having a healthy, realistic mindset, and doing moves each and every day to keep you well for life, that's when wellness and happiness comes into your life tenfold in so many ways. Okay, that's when your business starts to thrive a lot more because you're coming from the right place. That's when you look in the mirror and you go, wow, I don't have those bags under my eyes. I don't look as stressed. I feel really good. And that's when you start backing yourself even more. Okay, this is contagious. Not only to yourself, because you'll start to see changes and feel changes, but you will, without even trying, you will change the lives of all of those around you, whether it's family or colleagues or potential clients in your business. When you lead by example and you walk into a room and you own it because you're doing the meals, the mindset and the moves, people want a taste of that. They do. The great news is they don't have to buy it off you. You don't have to sell it. You just need to do it. You just need to live it. And just by the follow-on effect, the butterfly effect, people will ask you and go, my goodness, you're looking so fresh. Your eyes are looking so bright. You're sparkling. Your skin, your hair, your nails, what's your secret? And you just say it's simple. Find the food that works for you. Focus on a healthy mindset. Look after your headspace. Look after your mental health. And move your body in some way each and every day. And you can enjoy this too, okay? I'm going to hang around. I'm going to be part of a great panel here, and we're going to talk about a whole lot of this and a whole lot more. But I just want to thank you for this period of time right now. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you soon.